And the winner of the annual district robotics competition is winning for the 3rd time in a row. Mia!
The entire crowd went wild and began chanting my name, but as I looked down at the faces of thousands of people around me, I felt sad and alone.
You may call your parents on stage for a picture.
Nope, they're not here. It's just me.
Hello everyone, I'm Mia from New Orleans, and this is my crazy story. My life wasn't always like this, you know. Lonely. We used to be a proper family. Mom, Dad, and me. Mom was always busy because she was a top neurosurgeon in the country, but I had a stay-at-home dad who was the best friend a girl could ask for.
Prepare to fight! On guard!
Ha! You dare challenge me? Mia of Dragon Tower. Prepare to fall.
Unfortunately, Mom never had a minute to spare us, no matter how hard I tried to get her attention, and it really bummed me out.
Mom, look! We're having a sword fight. Play with us.
Mia, I just had a long shift at the hospital. I have no time to play pretend.
But it's like that stopped me from trying. One time, I was 8. We went to the pool during the holidays. I was thrilled to finally get to spend time with her. But of course, as soon as we got to the pool, she was on the phone again.
Mom! Look how high I can go.
Of course, I landed safely in the water and some people near clapped for me. But when I looked over, my parents were having a fight. They didn't even see me. Talk about invisible. After that, I pretty much gave up and I got used to my life. That is, until the night of my 14th birthday. The night everything changed. I came home after spending the day at the mall with some classmates to find my parents screaming at each other. Technically, it wasn't anything new, but that day, it was different. I felt it in my bones. So I stayed in my room and listened as their voices got louder and louder, until suddenly, it stopped. After a short while, my dad came to my room.
Mia, my darling, I'm sorry.
For what? What do you mean?
I am sorry.
My dad just walked out of my room, got in his car, and left. And that was the last time I saw him. I cried myself to sleep for weeks, but life had to go on. At first, it was super awkward and weird between Mom and me, but we became comfortable in our silence. At dinner, I watched film while Mom prepped for her next surgery.
So how was school?
Good? Work?
Great, please pass the salt.
But sometimes I couldn't help but wonder what would it feel like to have a normal relationship with Mom. But luckily, there was one place I felt. School. Yup, I'm a nerd. But hold up, I wasn't your regular boring nerd. I was a popular nerd. Heck, I was popular because I was a nerd. Though I guess being one of the prettiest girls in school helped. The teachers loved me, and all the students wanted to be like me. I loved getting compliments from my teachers. It was my bread and butter. I had tutored so many people without not breaking a sweat, but one day I was asked to tutor someone who freaked me out.
Hey Mia, can you step into my office for a second?
Sure. What's up, Mr. Smith?
We need your help. You know Colin over there? He's our star quarterback. And it has come to our notice that he needs to up his grades in chemistry or lose his varsity scholarship, which would be terrible for our school. He's the first to ever get it.
What?
I want him to shadow you in all the classes, and then I want you to tutor him, okay?
Everyone knew Colin was a complete jerk who only cared about throwing wild parties. But I couldn't let Mr. Smith down, so I said yes. But I instantly regretted it. Tutoring Colin was a nightmare. He never listened. And even worse, he had no interest in learning anything.
To do this experiment, we need to add a few drops of this into this beaker.
Cool, like this?
No, not like that. You dingus.
Oops, my bad.
A week later, I immediately told Mr. Smith that I quit. Nothing was worth this stress. I was in the bathroom cleaning the chemicals from my hair when Colin barged into the girls' bathroom.
I suppose you can't read either.
Yo, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen. You're the best tutor I ever had. Please don't give up on me.
And why should I help you?
I'm glad you asked. I asked Mr. Smith to let us work in the lab after school for some credit. Please come today and I'll prove it. I need that scholarship.
At first, I wanted to run out the window, but I decided to give him a chance. And after school, I popped into the lab. To my surprise, Colin had washed all the beakers and cleaned the workstation.
Okay, fine. You get one more chance.
Colin then became a better student and a friend. We hung out all the time and he was so easy to talk to. One day after studying, we went to his house to chill. His home was like a Disney castle.
Wow. What exactly do your parents do?
My parents are tech people. They're rarely home, so the guys from school always hang out here.
At first, it was just us and a few guys from school playing Monopoly by the pool. But slowly, more people started to show up. Someone came with a loudspeaker. And just like that, a simple hangout turned into a full-blown rave. Colin tried to keep everything under control, but as if. And a few hours later, the cops showed up, and everything went to hell. Turns out someone had complained about the noise.
Do you have any idea how it felt to get a call from the police about you?
Mom, I can explain.
I don't want to hear it. You're grounded, and I'm so disappointed in you.
I could hear my heart shatter into pieces. All my life, I've been nothing but perfect. But the one time I make a mistake, my mom doesn't believe me. No wonder my dad left. My mother was selfish and cold-hearted, and I was done with it. The next day at school, I had a plan to drive her crazy.
Hey, Mia. I'm so sorry about yesterday. Everything just got out of hand.
I know.
When I wasn't tutoring Colin, I went to parties with him. One night, I snuck out to a party with Colin. We stopped at a store to get some burgers after dancing all night. But then I saw something that rocked my core.
Dad?
Babe, who is this, and why is she calling you Dad?
And that's when I saw the woman and the little girl standing next to him. And then, my father looked me dead in the eye and uttered words that changed my life forever.
I have no clue who she is.
I froze. I refused to believe my eyes. I watched them as they walked to their car. The man lifted the little girl and put her on his shoulder. I was super shocked. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe that was just a look-alike. But then he turned to me and looked me in the eye. I saw him mouth the words, "I'm sorry." I hit the ground and fainted. When I woke up, I was in the hospital and my mom was standing over me.
Oh, thank goodness you're awake. What were you doing in that store? Start explaining yourself.
Please, can we just go home?
For weeks, I moved around like a zombie. I couldn't eat or sleep. And worst of all, I couldn't tell anyone what I saw. It had to be a lie. I spent all my time holed up in my room, and my mom got so worried that she took time off work to take care of me. But I couldn't bring myself to talk to her. One day at school, the principal announced a father-daughter dance at the assembly, and all the emotions I had been bottling up just exploded in my chest. I started to cry in front of everyone. I ran out of the assembly as fast as I could. I ran to the gym and hid under the bleachers, hoping no one would find me. But Colin did.
Hey, I was looking for you. What happened?
Seeing Colin release the waterworks again, and I told him everything.
You and I are alike. A lot. Do you know why my parents are rarely home? My parents got divorced, and my mom became a jet-setting Instagram queen to deal with the divorce.
Oh, Colin, that's awful.
Yeah. For a long time I thought that I kept doing outrageous stuff, thinking I could get them to care about me. But then I met a girl that made me realize that I was just hurting myself. My parents are happy in their new lives, but I was ruining my future to prove a point. At least you have a mom who still cares.
Dumb as he was about chemistry, he had a point. His words lifted my spirits, and I was so happy that I leaned over and kissed him. After that, I ran home. I was finally ready to talk to my mom. I saw Dad, I told her as I walked into her room. My mother froze.
He was with a child who's at least 6 years old, but he left 3 years ago.
My mother nodded her head slowly, and I had the answer had been dreading. My beloved father was a cheat. I immediately ran to the toilet and threw up. Everything I knew about him was a lie.
I wanted to tell you, but I thought maybe you still needed to think of him as your hero. When your dad was here, he didn't work, Mia. I did everything I had to provide and take care of the home, too. It was too much. I begged him to work so I could work less and get to spend more time with you. But he refused. Then I found out about the baby. He was taking care of his new family with my money. I forgave him because I thought you still needed him, but one night he just left. I'm so sorry.
I pretended like he didn't know me. Mom!
Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. You're the best daughter anyone could ask for, and it's his loss that he isn't here for you, but I am. And I promise, starting now, I'll be even more present.
I would love that.
We can start by talking about that boy that took you to the hospital that day. He's cute.
Mom and I laughed together. For the first time, I knew we were going to be okay. Heck, we were going to be better than the relationships I saw on TV. No matter how tough and challenging life may get, love and understanding from family are the most important things. Even when you feel lonely or disappointed, never give up hope, because love and support can heal all wounds.
Hi friends, My name is Subin and I'm from Korea. Please like and subscribe. When my mom was pregnant with me, so was her best friend.
When our kids are born, they'll be buddies just like us.
And Ben and I were growing up. He was my pal. One time, Ben and I were playing and he was running after me. Then he accidentally nudged me and I fell down the stairs. I hit my head. But before I could cry, Ben started wailing.
No, Subin! Oh my god, it's all my fault. Does it hurt? Let me pick you up. Gosh, you're heavy. Subin! Are you okay?
Ben? I'm fine, really. Saying that I hugged him. Ben was such a softie. I did get an infinity stone on my forehead, like Vision, but I didn't blame Ben. He was the best, and I wished we'd always be together. But when I was 5, Ben and his parents had to move to France for a work opportunity. And I missed him so much. As if things couldn't get any worse. Dad suffered a huge loss in his business soon after. Slowly, I saw how bad Mom and Dad's relationship was getting because of money problems. And after a few years, Mom left us. But Dad always tried to make me happy. We were so short on money that we had to shop at thrift stores, but he spent hours looking for the things I'd like.
Look at this jacket, Subin. It has rhinestones. You love rhinestones.
It is pretty, Daddy.
See? I told you we'd find some good stuff here.
Since I was a good student, I got a scholarship at my school and relieved Dad of that burden. I worked hard and was a top student. I needed to keep the scholarship. And when I was in the 10th grade, something awesome happened. Ben and his parents had returned to town and moved into a big mansion. And seeing Ben on the first day of school after summer vacation, my heart started beating fast. And then he swept me into his arms.
Subin! Oh my god, you haven't changed a bit!
But you have. You're so tall and whoa, so muscular. Ben and I were in the same class and we started hanging out together all the time. But I soon realized he was getting way too much attention from all the girls, especially Haran. And she was the worst. She acted like she owned the whole town just because her mom was the mayor. And to my horror, Ben and Haran soon started dating. I hated her. But for Ben's sake, I pretended to be nice, and she did the same. She acted like a saint in front of Ben, but not when he wasn't around. She'd do petty things like pull out the chair when I was about to sit, and she would always comment on my clothes and appearance.
I'm saying all this for your benefit. No one likes a girl who looks so poor.
I'd rather be poor than a jerk like you. Gosh, what did Ben ever see in that witch? One time for lunch, Ben had gotten the yummiest pizza, and we were enjoying it when Haran came and hugged him tight.
Oh, I missed you so much in art class. Why didn't you join it, Benny Winnie?
You know I'm a science guy, babe. Here, wanna have some pizza?
She refused, and then Ben packed the leftovers and told me I should take them home because he was full. Dad and I never ordered out much, and I was happy to share it with him. A few weeks later, it was Ben's birthday, and he invited me to his place. I saw how Ben and Haran were dancing so close to each other, and it made me feel so jealous. I went to the balcony for some fresh air. After a while, I was headed back inside when Haran and some of her friends came and I hid behind a plant.
You've really got yourself a hot boyfriend this time, Haran.
Yeah, he's totally wrapped around my fingers. He adores me and gives me the best gifts. There's just one problem. His miserable beggar friend. Oh, I really hate her. You know, Ben cares for her so much that he gets her favorite pizza for lunch every day and pretends to be full so she can take the leftovers home. He really pities her and she has no shame. She could probably live on his charity forever.
Why would Ben tell her something like that?
What? So pathetic.
Wiping my tears, I just ran back home. After that date, I sort of ignored Ben, even though he asked me if something was wrong a million times. I just didn't need his pity or his charity. When we were in our senior year, our teacher announced a science tournament and the winning team was going to get an amazing cash prize. Dad and I could always use the money, so I immediately signed up for it and I was paired with Ben. I tried to get my partner changed, but the teacher said it was final.
So you want to come over to my place to brainstorm some ideas?
No thanks.
Hey, Subin. I don't know why you stopped talking to me, but come on. This is a great opportunity. Let's do this together, please.
I knew Ben was a science genius and being paired with him was probably the best thing. So I reluctantly agreed. We came up with some really cool ideas and I ended up at his place almost every day to work on them. But I noticed how his mom was never around. A few times I asked about her, but he'd always ignore the question. But one time, Ben and I were at a park near his home, and he asked me the strangest question.
Subin, do you ever miss your mom? Does she call you? How does it feel to live with just one parent?
I never really thought about it. I guess it's not so bad knowing how much my dad loves me. It's not exactly a secret that we don't have much money, but he goes out of his way to make me happy. I don't know how to live with two parents, but the one I have, I love to bits.
That's really sweet, I asked because, well, my mom, she isn't well. She's going through treatment. Sometimes it's really hard to see her like that.
Oh God, Ben, I'm so sorry. I didn't know he was going through such a rough time.
Subin, why'd you stop talking to me?
Taking a deep breath, I told him what happened at his birthday party.
Subin, Heron kind of twisted my words. Yeah, I told her you guys were going through a tough time, but because you're my friend and I care about you, not because I pity you. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have discussed it with her at all.
Saying that he came close and swept my bangs aside.
You still have the scar. I was so scared that day. I'm so sorry, Subin.
Hey, it was a long time ago, and it kind of reminded me of you. When you were away, Ben looked at me like he might kiss me, but he suddenly snapped his fingers.
Bazinga! I just got a brilliant idea for our project.
And he sure did. Just a few more adjustments and our model worked. We came first at the science competition, and Ben gave all the prize money to me, saying I did the hard work. It wasn't true, and I knew he was just being kind. Why did such a nice guy have to be with Haran? But then Ben told me one day that he was going to break up with Haran soon. My heart was jumping with excitement, but I pretended to be sad. And when Ben broke it to Haran, the girl had a complete meltdown. She took a bat and smashed all the notice boards around the school during her psycho rampage. Haran suddenly spotted me and was coming right at me, but Ben stepped in between.
Stop making a fool of yourself, Heron. It's over.
You're doing this because of her! Because of this poor, ugly bimbo!
Subin's my best friend, and she's special to me. Don't insult her again.
Haran stomped off furiously, and I was left dazed. Ben just said I was special to him. Whoa. I was on cloud 9, and I just needed to confess my love to my best friend. I didn't have the guts to say it to his face, and we didn't have phones, so I wrote him a letter. Dear Ben, I saw you for the first time in kindergarten, and I've had a crush on you since. What I really want to tell you is that I love you a lot. Subin. During recess, I slipped the note in Ben's bag, but for some reason he got called to the principal's office in the last period. I kept wondering if he saw the letter, and when I got a reply the next day in my locker, I almost had a heart attack.
Dear Subin, I love you too. I was going to tell you, but I didn't have the courage. Let's meet at our spot tonight. I can't wait to kiss you. Ben.
It was like all my dreams were coming true. Wearing a new dress, I went to the park and waited for Ben. I was so excited and nervous. But suddenly I felt someone pull my hair and I landed on my butt. Heron!
Oh, a new dress for Ben! Ha ha ha! He ain't coming, sweetie. He showed us your letter and we're all in fits.
What? You're lying.
Oh no, I'm not. You really think he'd leave me for some poor beggar like you? In your dreams, girl.
Haran kicked me and suddenly I saw red and I pounced on her. But her friends got me off of her and then they all ripped my beautiful dress. I felt so furious that I punched Haran square in the jaw. What happened next was a disaster. Haran called her mom and made up a whole story about how I attacked her for no reason. And her mom made a case of assault against me and actually sent me to juvie for 2 months. My dad was devastated and so was I. Even worse, Ben never showed his face, not once. Coward! As soon as I got out, Dad and I left town. After weeks of interviews, Dad finally ended up finding a decent job, and I worked as a waitress too, while I studied in a community college. 4 years later, I graduated with a law degree at the top of my class. Luckily, I got hired by a law firm, and just a couple of years later, I became a junior partner. One day, I read a piece of news that filled me with joy. Haran's mom had been arrested for corruption during her time as mayor. The whole family was being publicly humiliated. They deserved it. Sometime later, my firm asked me to set up an office in my old town, and I was kinda glad to return. I wanted to show everyone what I'd made of myself. One day, I was busy doing some paperwork when Haran walked into my office asking me for a job.
Please, Subin, help me! No one in this town wants to hire me or my family for anything. I know I was mean to you.
Cruel, you were cruel to me.
Yes, cruel and terrible. Please. Please forgive me.
After Haran begged for a job for days, I finally let her be my personal assistant. And she had to do literally everything I asked. I really made her suffer for a while. It was fun, but then it wasn't. Seeing her qualifications, I gave her a higher position.
Wow, I don't know what to say. Thank you. And this means you've forgiven me?
No, not really, but I'm trying to be a better person, better than people were to me.
Subin, I never wanted things to go so far with you going to juvie and everything. Mom just got carried away. I'm really, really sorry.
After that day, Haran was always nice to me, and so was I. I just didn't want to hold grudges. But one day, as I was walking out of a coffee shop, I bumped into a guy. It was Ben.
Oh my God, Subin, I've missed you. We need to talk.
Suddenly, the memory of him giving my letter to Haran came rushing back. No, stay away from me! But the next day, there were tons of roses in my office and a note from Ben telling me how he wanted to meet at our spot. What a jerk. But this kept happening every day for a week. One day, I got so frustrated that I started throwing them out the window. But Haran stopped me.
Subin, I need to tell you something, and it's gonna make you hate me even more. But I have to. Ben is completely innocent.
What are you talking about?
Ben never got your letter. I stole it from his bag, and I lied that he showed it to me. I made all of that up, and he never showed up to see you because, well, he'll tell you everything. And again, I'm terribly sorry.
I drove to our spot in the park and saw Ben sitting on a bench. And I gave him a chance to explain. Turns out the day I put the letter in his bag, Ben got the news that his mom had suddenly gotten much sicker. And he flew to France with her for some treatment. He stayed there the next 3 months, and he said he called my place and wrote me letters, but he never got a reply. And when he returned, I'd already left town.
I looked for you a lot, but I had no idea where you were or why you'd left without a word, till Haran reached out to me some weeks ago and explained everything she did.
She just told me everything, too. I'm so sorry about your mom. I'm sorry I left without giving you a chance to even explain.
It's all in the past. There's only one thing I need to say to you now, Subin. The thing is, I've always...
Loved me?
Yes!
I've always loved you too, Ben, since forever.
What's up? I'm Garrett, and my parents adopted me from a poor farm in Sri Lanka, and now living a millionaire life because of my politician parents. Honestly, living rich isn't my thing, but keep that between us. I appreciate everything my parents have done for me, yet I've noticed that wealthy folks tend to boss others around over the most ridiculous stuff.
I asked for a gold-plated toilet seat, not this regular one. What are you, stupid?
Mom, who cares? It's just a toilet seat. No one's going to rate our bathroom on the luxury loo leaderboard. I ended up spending all my free time strumming on my guitar with my best friend in the entire world, John.
Time for the next gig. You in?
Met John during a tryout for a local band, and we've been tight ever since. We made it into the band and began performing at local charity events. It was amazing to see how happy we could make people. One day, while we were playing at a soup kitchen, I noticed a disturbance. A bully was harassing one of the most beautiful girls I'd ever seen.
I found twigs in the soup you made. I want my money back.
It's free, and I saw you put those in there.
I was about to step in when the girl poured soup all over the bully's head. Security came and threw her out. I quickly ran outside to let her know how awesome that was. But she had already disappeared. But when I got back to John's, he had the biggest smirk on his face.
Do you remember that cute girl who souped that bully?
Duh!
Well, her name's Sunny, and I asked her out, so she's kind of my girlfriend now.
I felt like a giant rock had been stuck in my throat. But you guys, what was I supposed to do? There's a bro code. That's awesome, John. But as they started dating, I started to see less and less of John. And whenever we did hang out, all he would ever talk about was Sunny.
You know, Sunny supports her entire family. She has like 17 jobs.
Wow, the next day my parents had a huge surprise in store for me. A pretty girl was spinning around in my kitchen, batting her eyelashes in slow motion. Honestly, it was a little ridiculous.
Hello, I'm Olivia.
I'm Garrett, and why are you here?
Well, son, it's your 18th birthday and your present is Olivia. She's gonna be your wife.
My what?
Did you really think we'd leave your matchmaking up to fate?
But your mother and I were in an arranged marriage. Look how happy we are.
I was definitely not convinced.
Olivia's living with us until the wedding. You'll have plenty of time to get to know her.
I tried it first for my parents' sake, but everything about Olivia rubbed me the wrong way. Every time she opened her mouth, I felt like some brain cells had died. One time we traveled to the village where I was born.
Ew, I could never be that poor. How sad and pathetic.
That really made me want to slap on her stupid face. Garrett, remember? You're a gentleman! I needed out of this. A life with Olivia would be a life tied to the very type of person I hated most, so I decided to run away. As I was climbing out of my window, John pulled up to my house. How could I forget? We were supposed to practice together.
Bro, what are you doing?
My parents want me to marry this total snozberry. I'm running away.
What? Garrett, you can't give your life up.
I don't have any other choice. I couldn't bring myself to say no to my parents or break their hearts, so it's either run away or marry her. Besides, it's not like I have any other romantic leads. But then John looked at me with this sparkle in his eye.
What if you hired a fake fiancé and told your parents you're already getting married?
I burst out laughing. Yeah, right. Would anyone actually be interested? I mean, it's a little pathetic.
Sunny could do it.
You mean your girlfriend?
Yeah, she's desperate for money. Let me ask.
And then he started texting her. Wait, John, isn't that weird? She's your girlfriend.
She said she's in, and who cares? Dude, it's just pretending. Besides, I trust you more than anyone.
I mean, it's not like I really had any other options. Luckily, my parents went on a business trip, so at least that bought me some time. The next day, I met up with Sunny and got up to pull her chair out, but she kicked it back in.
One thing straight, this is just a job.
Geez, I was just trying to be polite.
I love John.
So do I. But don't you feel weird that he's passing you off to me like you're some loaner car?
I would advise you to shut your face hole before I shut it for you.
Well, you better get an attitude transplant if you're going to be a convincing fiancé, otherwise this won't work. She looked at me with this mischievous smirk.
You don't have to question my believability. Trust me.
The next day, I invited Sunny to my school's potluck. I went to the bathroom for 2 seconds, and when I came back, I saw Sunny had entered the green chili eating contest. As Sunny shoveled chilies down her throat, she glared at me with cold hatred. And then, to my shock, she told everyone.
My fiancé holds the green chili eating world record.
Before I knew it, tears were streaming from our eyes as we ate chili after chili. Remind me to bathe in milk later. After Sunny won, I dragged her away from everyone. What are you doing?
Just having some fun with my fiancé.
I'm going to be in the bathroom for a week straight now because of you. But if that's what you want, I'll give it to you and eat until you're happy.
No, stop.
Suddenly, Olivia appeared out of nowhere.
Wow. Garrett, that is pretty impressive. My parents love spicy food. They're going to be so happy when they find out you can handle it.
And then she kissed me on the cheek and ran off. I wanted to flip a table.
What was that about?
You need to start playing by my rules, Sunny, or you can kiss your money goodbye.
I do one thing you don't like, and this is how you act. You're exactly who I thought you were. You're a rich, arrogant jerk.
I walked outside to blow off steam, literally. But I realized I got why she thought I was that way. I mean, rich people, they're the worst. I had to show her that I wasn't like that. I went back inside, but Sunny was nowhere to be found. I started to get worried, so I called John.
Did you seriously lose my girlfriend? Dude, I'm on my way.
Then I heard someone crying in the girls' bathroom. I took a chance. Sunny, it's Garrett. I wanted to apologize. She unlocked the door, but when she opened it, I was shocked to see Sunny was covered in Jell-O. What happened?
That girl who kissed you on the cheek threw a whole Jell-O cake in my face.
Olivia. So maybe she was starting to get the message. I was almost a little excited when...
I look like a sea monster.
Here, let me help. I washed Sunny's hair in the sink and gave her my sweatshirt so she'd have clean clothes.
Why are you being so nice to me?
Because this is all my fault. Olivia attacked you because of me, and then I told her everything about the arranged marriage and Olivia. I'm sorry, Sunny, for all of this. This was stupid.
No, it's not. I was wrong about you. Just give me one more chance. I'll be the perfect fake fiancé.
And then she hugged me so tight that my heart started beating fast. But just then, the door swung open and...
What do you think you're doing?
No, and John, it's not what it looks like.
Wait in the car, Sunny!
John!
Now!
I didn't like the way he was talking to her. He was acting so controlling. John came for me, his nostrils literally flaring.
What gives, man? She's still my girlfriend.
Woo, dude, relax. This was your idea. Sunny and I are just...
Stop! Man, I see the way you look at her.
What? No, the bro code. I would never.
Whatever. Just finish this up as soon as possible.
I can't believe he was really going to let a girl get between us after all we'd been through. The next day, I woke up and was surprised to see Sunny sitting at the edge of my bed.
I have a surprise for you.
Then she put a blindfold around me and put me in the driver's seat. I had no idea what was going on, but I've always been a sucker for surprises. And the next thing I knew, we were in the mountains. We climbed the whole thing. But what shocked me is that the longer we hiked, the more I actually started to love it. For the first time, I could drop everything and I could just be me. We took a picture together at the top, and Sunny put her arms around me. I blushed so hard. Maybe John was right. Maybe I was starting to catch feelings for Sunny and it was magical.
Doesn't this feel like a scene from a movie, Garrett?
Yeah, of course. And when I got home that night, Olivia waiting for me.
You better be free tomorrow night.
Hello to you too.
My parents are coming for dinner to meet you. Our wedding's happening. Garrett, can you believe it?
I called Sunny immediately.
Why don't I just come to the dinner and they can see for themselves that you're taken?
Gosh, women are smart. If anything had a shot, it was that the next day, Sunny arrived at my house. She looked incredible. You look beautiful, all.
Thanks. Too bad tonight's our last night doing this. It's actually been fun.
But before I could confess my true feelings, John stepped out from behind her.
I thought you might need a little chaperoning to make sure you don't fail miserably, Garrett.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. When we got inside, Olivia and her parents were already there. It was now or never.
I said for just you to come.
Olivia, this is my best man, John. This is Sunny, my fiancé. I wished I could bottle the look of disgust on Olivia's face for the rest of eternity. I was waiting for her to explode, but she simply said,
Okay, then prove it. Kiss her?
What?
If she's really your fiancé, it shouldn't be hard.
I looked at John, who was fuming, but I had no other choice. Sunny gave me a nod of approval. I leaned in and kissed her, and the world seemed to stop.
Crash!
We broke the kiss and swirled around to see that John had just smashed a vase and stormed off. John, wait!
What happened to the bro code?
What was I supposed to do? You're the one who told me to do this.
I knew you were lying.
Kevin and I both turned to see that Olivia, her parents, and Sunny had followed us and overheard everything.
Nice try, Garrett, but I knew you'd never date low-life trash like Sunny. You're marrying me whether you like it or not.
Can you really blame him for wanting to leave? You've got the ugliest personality ever.
This was getting out of hand. They were literally pulling each other's hair, so I stepped in the middle of them. Girls, Sunny, stop! And she felt bad the way I screamed, so she dashed away. Things couldn't end like this between us, though. Her family was struggling, and I had to do what was right. So I followed her. Sunny, wait! Take this! I wrote her a check for $3 million.
Garrett, you shouldn't have to do this, any of this. Just be honest with your parents about Olivia. Maybe they'll understand.
She was right, but I was still afraid of disappointing my folks. Just take the money now, you can take care of your family.
What?
But she just stared at me blankly. That's why you took the job?
No, I took the job for John. I agreed to do it, and I give the money to his sick mom.
What? But John's mom isn't sick. Last week she ran the marathon. Just then we saw John with Olivia. He even had his arm around her. John, you lied to us. All this time you wanted my money for yourself. John turned around with an evil look in his eyes.
You don't even do anything with it. I deserve to have a little. Come on, Sunny, let's go.
I'm not going anywhere with you. You lied to me too. We're over.
Are you happy now? Garrett, you've ruined my life.
Don't be so dramatic. John,
consider our friendship over.
And then he went away. He was never a true friend to begin with if he was only after my money. Sunny called a cab, but there was really nothing to say. Except, I'm sorry for how this all turned out.
Me too.
I wanted to kiss her so badly, but before I even got the chance, Olivia had a tentacle around me. I guess that was that. My parents came back, and I went along with wedding planning. I felt like a total ghost. I droned out Olivia's non-stop, talking with thoughts of Sunny. I should have told her how I felt. I even texted her on the day of the wedding, telling her that it was happening, maybe in hopes she'd want to pull a big romantic gesture. But when the time came and Olivia was walking down the aisle, Sunny was nowhere to be found. The priest started officiating when I heard a familiar voice call out,
"Stop the wedding!"
Everyone turned and gasped. To my shock, it was John. John, what are you doing here?
Olivia, I love you. Let's run away from here. You want me to confess it in front of the whole world? So here I am.
What? But then Olivia ran over to John and started kissing him. I guess there was a lot more to that casual arm around her. That night at dinner,
The wedding's off!
as they ran away together, I couldn't help but laugh. And then I was in for the shock of the century when my parents came up to me.
Son, I'm sorry we forced this upon you.
We never should have. We were wrong. Olivia is clearly not good enough for you. We made a mistake with her and just want you to be happy from now on. We've agreed. You choose who you love.
And they hugged me tightly and went to the guests. What just happened?
It looks like someone just got there. Happily ever after.
I turned around, shocked to see the priest removed his beard and hat. It was Sonny.
You seriously thought I'd miss watching this train wreck?
Sonny, I'm so sorry. Look, I know this sounds crazy, but although we were just pretending, I actually fell in love with you.
I know, silly. Why else do you think I'm here? I feel the same way.
How did I have no idea that was you?
I told you not to doubt my believability.
I laughed and grabbed her in my arms. What do you say? Should we make this a happy ending?
I thought you'd never ask.
It's hard to pinpoint exactly when my parents knew that I was special. It could be when I said my first word at 5 months old, when I started reading by the time I was 3, or when I solved a Rubik's Cube at 4 in less than 30 seconds. Hi, I'm Lisa. And none of that is to brag, by the way, because being a genius has brought me more misery than I would wish on my worst enemy. Yeah, I actually have a worst enemy, and you're about to find out who she is. But first, please like and subscribe. My father was a famous actor who starred in a ton of action movies. He fell in love with my mother, a jewelry designer. She designed the engagement ring he intended to give to another woman. But he broke off that relationship to be with my mother. I know. Messed up, right? When I was 5, I was being dragged around the world to movie sets where my father would show me off like some freak Einstein circus monkey.
Daddy, I need to pee.
You can only go after you tell everyone who the 5th, 16th, 25th, and 40th presidents were.
Come on, Paul. Lisa really needs to go.
She can't go as soon as she answers the question.
James Monroe, Abraham Lincoln, William McKinley,
And then I peed. The entire movie's cast and crew burst out laughing, and I was completely humiliated. My mother finally had enough and divorced him, taking me back to her hometown. I would love to say things got better there, but believe it or not, they only got worse. Like a lot worse. My mom opened a jewelry store which took up all of her time. So she got me a nanny who had a daughter named Scarlett. Scarlett was 4 years older than me and was really but really dumb. Just to give you an idea of how dumb she was, when her mom told her that carrots helped her see in the dark, she went outside at night and tried to use one as a flashlight. Scarlett didn't like that I was so much smarter than her, so her favorite activity was torturing me, like hanging me out the window by my ankles, filling my pillowcase with spiders, and replacing my cereal with dog treats.
How's your cereal, Lisa? Maybe afterward we can go play fetch.
Except I knew what my cereal looked like and switched our bowls when she wasn't looking. My mom put me in kindergarten, but it was way too easy for me. While the other kids were playing with finger paint, I was doing math equations. As much as I hated being in school, I hated being home more because of Scarlett. I tried to tell my mom, but Scarlett had a secret.
But Mommy, I hate her! She tried to put my book in the toilet!
Scarlett, is that true? The one thing that Scarlett was good at, besides bullying, was acting.
Never! It really hurts my feelings when Lisa says these things.
Scarlett could cry on command. I mean, like a full-on sobbing.
Mom, she's...
But I couldn't even finish my sentence before my mom was comforting Scarlett.
There. It's okay. No matter what happened, I'm sure you two can work it out, right?
And then Scarlett ran and hugged me.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm going to work. See you two besties tonight.
And the second my mom was gone, my book was in the toilet. And just when I thought things couldn't get any worse, they did. The school's principal skipped me to the 3rd grade. Guess with who? You've got it. Freaking Scarlett. Yeah, she was left back a year because, as we already established, was really dumb. When I got to high school, I was too old to have a nanny. So my mom hired Scarlett's mother to help her run her jewelry store and let them stay in our house because she felt like they were family now. At school, Scarlett would play awful pranks on me, like putting laxatives in my lunch or filling my hand sanitizer with super sticky glue. One night, I sat out in the backyard crying. I just wanted to be normal and with kids my own age. Then through the guest house window, I saw something unbelievable. Scarlett was watching Mean Girls and acting out the part.
They say you're a homeschooled jungle freak who's a less hot version of me.
She was actually really good, but then she turned and looked right at me. Oh no! I sprinted back to my room. I was up all night, terrified about what Scarlett was going to do to me. The next day at school, Scarlett just stared non-stop at me. As soon as the bell rang, I sprinted out of the classroom and hid in a janitor's closet.
This is my closet. Go find your own.
I nearly jumped out of my skin. I turned on the light to find a boy sitting in a chair with his feet up on the wall. His hair was long and messy, his clothes were too big, and he had like 20 earrings. He was Wesley, the school weirdo. The rumor was that his family was homeless. I can't leave.
Yeah. Scarlett, right?
Yeah, I think she may actually kill me.
Sad girl, just like my sister Alice.
Your sister?
Yeah, believe it or not, Alice makes Scarlett look like an angel.
That's horrible. Wait, why are you in here?
It's my place to get away from everyone. I hate drama.
Wow, I totally get it. People are so...
Petty, judgmental, mean.
Yes, I'm Lisa, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I'm a pretty good observer.
Just with that, Wesley and I became best friends. I felt like a total jerk. I always thought he was just a weirdo, but he was the first person who actually understood me. For the next few weeks, Wesley and I spent more and more time together at school, away from Scarlett. Wesley knew every hiding place in the school, under the stairs, in the attic. There was even an old, broken service elevator. I had no idea. For a while, things were looking up. And then one night, something incredible happened. I received a letter from one of the top universities in the country. They wanted me to attend next year and were scheduling an interview at my house. I would finally be rid of Scarlett for good. I couldn't wipe the smile off my face. I wanted to celebrate, but Wesley would never meet me outside of school. There was always an excuse, but this time I wasn't taking no for an answer. I tracked down his address online and went there. I figured we would pull up to a homeless shelter, but we turned into the driveway of the biggest mansion I had ever seen. I rang the bell, and this really pretty girl with perfect makeup opened the door.
Whatever you're selling, we don't want any.
Oh, I'm not selling anything. I'm here to see Wesley. Does he live here?
Hey, loser. Someone is actually here to see you. What do you want with my loser brother?
Oh, you're Alice, Wesley's demon sister.
Lisa, what are you doing here?
Hi.
Wow, Wesley is a real girl coming here to take you out. There must be something seriously wrong with her.
Leave us alone. Alice.
Wesley took me to his room, which was filled with books and other cool things. He even had a VR experience, and we got to dive in the deep sea with sharks, whales, and all kinds of marine animals. It was so cool. But just as we were about to approach a giant squid, suddenly, a wave of water drenched us from top to bottom. We took off our visors and there was Alice, holding a huge bucket of water and laughing her head off.
Alice, what the heck?
Only improving your immersive experience. You're welcome, guys.
Before we could respond, Alice had already vanished, and Wesley's RV was ruined. As we dried off in the bathroom, I looked at Wesley angrily. How can Scarlett and Alice be so hateful? What is wrong with them?
Alice and I were close when we were kids, but then my mom forced her into beauty pageants and would always criticize her when she lost. It changed her, and now she's like this.
Like Alice alone wasn't enough. Scarlett hadn't forgotten about me spying on her. She was like a snake, just waiting for the right opportunity to strike. And on the morning of the big interview at my house, she found it.
Well, Lisa, we feel that you will be a perfect addition to our university, and it is my honor to offer you.
Oh, Lisa!
Just as the recruiter was about to make me the offer, Scarlett walked in. My entire body froze.
Oh, sorry. Is this a bad time? I'm Scarlett, Lisa's bestie.
Hi, bestie. Can you please come back later?
I would, but I have my math test coming up and need that special you always give me with all the answers. I have the money. I swear.
She pays you to give her the answers to your tests.
That's not true. She's lying.
Okay, I think we're done here.
Please don't listen to her. I've never cheated in my life.
Me neither.
And that was the end of it. Scarlett won.
Did I scare your little college recruiter off? Oopsie.
I was so angry I just exploded. You are a horrible, horrible human being. In fact, I wouldn't even call you human. You are a monster.
The next morning, as I was going to my locker, a crowd was around someone. Wesley walked up to me, and he looked as depressed as I was.
Did you see we have a new student?
When the crowd cleared, I saw who our new student was. It was Alice.
She got expelled from her all-girls school. So my mother was able to bribe our school to take her in.
And then she saw me, and Wesley came over and turned to the crowd.
Oh, we're going to have a lot of fun here together. Now you can't avoid me.
Alice laughed like a true Disney villain and left with her new group of followers.
I guess I'll just have to wait for her to add this school to her expulsion collection.
You know what? No. I've had enough of these bullies. We are gonna fight back.
No, Lisa, just ignore them. We can't fight with them.
They are older, stronger, and meaner. But we are smarter. We are not gonna fight them ourselves, Wesley. We're gonna make them fight each other.
I'm listening.
We may not be able to change them, but we maybe can redirect their hate.
I told Wesley the rest of my plan, and he agreed to join. We were going to make our boys mortal enemies. First of all, we sent a little welcome to our school gift to Alice from Scarlett.
Oh my god, is this the new Givenchy?
It wasn't. Wesley simply took the empty bottle from her trash.
This is my favorite perfume.
But I guess you could call it perfume. It certainly had a memorable fragrance. Alice put it on and immediately realized it was not her favorite Givenchy.
Yuck! Ugh, this smells like skunk.
Actually, it was a nasty mix of fermented anchovies, spoiled cheese, and overripe cabbage. But yeah, just as bad as skunk. And even harder to get off. Exactly. At the same time, we printed a fake version of the school newspaper, which Alice had just begun to run. And in a very special edition, we crowned Scarlett as the champion of, well, everything on the worst list, from fashion disasters to bad hair days, makeup mishaps, terrible classmates, and the worst student overall. You name it, she snagged the title. As soon as she saw it, Scarlett burst into flames and went in search of Alice. They met in the middle of the hallway. The tension was so intense that it felt like a dragon.
This is war!
And thus the war began. And believe me, they pulled out their heavy weapons. Their pranks were, let's say, pretty original. Alice kicked things off by spreading the rumor that Scarlett was really a 40-year-old divorcee posing as a teenager.
That doesn't make any sense.
Scarlett fired back bluntly and traditionally vandalizing Alice's Barbie car and brace for impact, painting it black.
No! That's not even a real color!
Alice carried out her revenge, following the old rules of the glitter warfare. She hid a glitter bomb in Scarlett's locker, and when she opened it, she turned the entire hallway into an impromptu disco party. It took Scarlett weeks to get all the glitter off her. And how could we forget the time that Scarlett locked Alice in the bath with a little mouse? Next level torture right there. Of course, like top-tier bullies, they occasionally ditched their sophisticated tactics for some classic down and dirty hand-to-hand combat. Yet the best part of my master plan was that they were good to us, even though it was just to infuriate the other. It's amazing what hate can lead to.
You're truly a genius.
I should be modest, but I can't. I am a genius. Our era of prosperity and peace incredibly lasted for a year. However, as usual, nothing good ever lasts. When it seemed that this beautiful war would continue for generations, Alice delivered a precise and lethal blow. Somehow, she got her hands on a video of Scarlett performing in the toilet, just as I had seen her months before at home, in front of her. She made it viral. At school, Scarlett became a laughingstock. The war was over and Alice had won it. Lonely and the Queen Alice. Well, maybe they didn't cheer like that, but you guys get the point. When I got home, Scarlett was still crying, and the waterfalls didn't slow down for days. She even stopped going to school because she was so embarrassed I had finally beaten my bully. But surprisingly, I didn't feel great. On the contrary, I felt sorry for her and felt so very, very guilty. Not because she didn't have it coming. The feeling of being the one causing her tears felt horrible, even worse than when I was the one crying because of her evil deeds.
Go away!
I have something to tell you. After confessing all about my plan, I closed my eyes and waited for my punishment. I hope this is quick and painless. I waited a few seconds, but nothing happened. I opened my eyes and looked at Scarlett. Aren't you gonna murder me?
I should, but I kinda get why you did it. It's not fun at all to be on the receiving end.
No, it isn't.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, you know what it is. Don't make me say it.
Yeah, I know. Me too. For what it's worth, I think you have a real talent as an actress.
Do you think so?
Totally. You had my mom believing you were an innocent angel for years. Not even Zendaya could pull off a character like that.
Oh, thanks!
Then something unprecedented began taking place. Scarlett and I went in for a hug. However, just as we were about to make it happen.
Nope, that's too much. You did ruin my life.
And you ruined my future.
Call it even?
Sure. The following weeks were pretty good, actually. Scarlett called the college recruiter and explained everything. As thank you, I showed the tape of Scarlett acting to my dad, and he got a small role in his next movie. When word of that got around the school, Scarlett got no notice again, but this time for good. Even better, she became part of our little crew. Wesley, it's time you also stand up for yourself against your sister. By now, Alice had assembled an army of plastic girls and drooling boys that would do anything she said. And with no rival, Alice went back to making Wesley's life miserable. Until one day during lunch in the cafeteria, Alice walked up to Wesley and acted like she had stumbled, making all her food spill onto him. Wesley stood up and pulled out an old photo from his wallet and showed it to Alice.
See this picture, Alice? It's from when you won your first beauty pageant. Look how happy we both look here.
Yes, I look pretty, unlike your dorky face.
In a moment of frustration, Wesley tore the picture into pieces, shocking Alice.
How dare you!
I always missed your younger self, Alice, and I hoped you would go back to being my lovely sister. But I guess you chose to be a witch, and I'm done waiting or being patient.
Alice tried to push Wesley away, but he held her hand tightly and firmly.
You really thought you're stronger than me, Alice. I never touched you because I respected you as my big sister.
You're hurting me!
I'll hurt you more if you don't back off.
My friends are around me. Guys, you know what to do.
But just as Alice's friends were about to step in, Scarlett and I appeared from behind Wesley. And we know what to do too. The kids behind Alice began to look scared and uncertain while she stomped her feet in frustration.
Fine. You don't talk to me, and I won't talk to you.
Sounds good to me.
With that, Alice left and we all hugged, knowing we had finally stood up to the bullies.
My mom was a popular Italian actress. So right since I was a toddler, I was used to the paparazzi going berserk the moment I stepped out in public. And honestly, I loved being in the spotlight. Hello, guys! Ready for some new poses? I always knew I wanted to be an actress like Mom. So I begged her to take me to auditions. I'd get in front of the camera and everyone would go nuts.
Mamma mia, Isabella, you're a born actor.
Well, that was kind of true. Mom said I was a very expressive baby. And when I was in the 2nd grade, I pretended for a whole year that I was some celebrity whose life was being secretly recorded. Thanks to my natural acting skills, I was already a successful actress. By the time I was 15, my life was almost perfect. But things started going downhill quickly after that. Mom lost some film contracts to younger actresses, and she started getting plastic surgeries to look younger. A few of them went horribly wrong. Mom, what happened to your nose? You kind of look like the Joker.
Shush! I know what I'm doing, Isabella.
But Mom ended up looking so weird. No one wanted to cast her in their films anymore. This broke her heart. And she slowly transformed into this wild party animal who dated a new guy every month. And the worst part? She was blowing tons of money, buying expensive gifts for them. Mom, I just saw your boyfriend kissing one of our maids. He's a total jerk.
Oh, really? Then I guess I'll give that limited edition Rolex watch to my next boyfriend.
Mom kept going around with the biggest buttheads on the planet and spending money like water. Her falling reputation in film circles affected me too. And in a matter of a few months, we were both sitting at home with no work. Then Mom tried one business idea after another, but nothing worked out. And soon enough, we exhausted all our savings. Even the banks kicked us out, and all of our relatives turned us away. I was so angry at Mom for getting us into this mess, and the paparazzi were having a field day selling news about our downfall. But one night, Mom walked into my room and sat on my bed.
Isabella, I'm so sorry about everything. Oh, how I just wish that American business was in my name. That could have saved us right now.
What business?
I invested in a perfume business with my friend in the US a few years back, and it became really successful. But it's entirely in her name.
Why?
I didn't want to pay the taxes.
Oh my God, that was typical Mom.
Last year, I had a fight with her, and now that witch won't give me my share of the investment back.
What if I go to the US and talk to her? Mom loved the idea, and I took the next flight to the US. When I reached Mom's friend's house, she looked pleased to see me.
Wow, you're as pretty as your mom. Or as pretty as she used to be once.
Thank you? I think you know why I'm here.
Your mom and I are childhood friends, and you're very welcome in my house. Stay as long as you like.
But I'm talking about Mom's investment.
What's the hurry, Isabella? We'll talk about this unpleasant business later.
The next day, I kept trying to remind her of Mom's money, but she simply wouldn't talk about it. I knew this was not going to be easy, but I was determined to get our money back from that witch. One day, as I was leaving her study, I bumped into a boy around my age. I figured he was Mom's friend's son, and for some reason, he was dressed like Michael Jackson.
Hi, I'm Will, but I guess you already know that.
How would I know your name?
I know yours!
That's because I'm famous. Ugh, why is everyone here so stupid?
Hey, I'm not stupid. In fact, I might just be the solution to all your problems. Mom told me why you're here. I can help you get your money back in a month. Mom will do anything I say. Trust me. But on one condition.
And what's that?
You have to fake date me in front of my ex. She dumped me last month for another guy, and I'd love to show her that I'm with someone like you. You're a great actress. It shouldn't be a problem.
I stared at him and thought about it. Fake dating this weirdo wasn't something I was looking forward to, but I really needed that money. We have a deal. You'll get me my money in a month, and I'll make sure your ex eats her heart out and runs back to you. The next morning, I was nervous about going to a new school in a foreign country. But when I got there, kids practically jumped on me.
You're that Italian actress, Isabella, right?
I saw your toilet cleaner commercial. You looked like a goddess cleaning toilets with your perfect hands.
Just then, a guy took off his t-shirt and asked me to sign it. I obliged my fan happily, and soon, all the guys were doing that. I was loving this place. But just then, a teacher came and told everyone to put their shirts back on. What a buzzkill! I looked for Will to show me around school, but he simply disappeared. Sometime later, I found him in the cafeteria in a corner with a guy who seemed to be bullying him. There was a pretty blonde girl with them, too. The bully took out a paper from his pocket and started shouting,
Attention, everyone. Here's a song that our lover boy Will once wrote. Mia, you're as sweet as honey. I'll buy you gifts with my money. Your hair is silky smooth. I even like your wisdom tooth.
The girl who I guessed was Will's ex looked really uncomfortable.
Stop it. You're embarrassing him.
But obviously that jerk just kept laughing and going on. I walked over and snatched the paper from him. Heck, what is wrong with you? You're such a rude donkey. And Will, I didn't know you wrote so well. Babe, I'm so glad I met you in Italy last summer. That caught Mia's attention.
Wait, last summer? As in before Will and I dated?
Don't worry, we didn't start talking again until an hour after you broke up. Mia turned red and walked away with her moron boyfriend.
Whoa! Did you see how jealous she looked? You're awesome!
Tell me something I don't know. By the way, that song was awful.
I promise I've gotten better since.
For the first time, I saw Will smile and noticed his cute dimples. The next day, Will turned up at school wearing a t-shirt with my photo printed on it, and it had Sugar Boo written in bold letters. And at lunch, he was standing on a chair in the cafeteria waving me over.
Isabella, the love of your life is here!
It was so freaking embarrassing. But just as I was pulling him down, Mia walked in. So I grabbed Will's collar and kissed him. Babe, I miss you so much. It's been 2 hours, 34 minutes, and 23 seconds since I last saw you.
Oh, my sugar boo. I'm sure it must have hurt when you fell from heaven. Is there an airport nearby? Or is my heart taking off?
God, he could win an Oscar for overacting. Later that day, I gave Will some tips on how to be a cool boyfriend. No more sleazy pickup lines or cringy songs.
But I read online that girls want their boyfriends to write songs for them.
Yeah, if they are good at it, which you are not, my friend. You just get me chocolates and flowers. Luckily, Will turned out to be a fast learner. We kept fake dating for a few weeks, and to be honest, it was fun. I even took him to the mall one day and gave him a complete makeover. The next day at school, I could see jaws drop when we walked hand in hand. Will was loving being popular, but the idiot was still hung up on Mia.
Our fake dating is working. I caught Mia looking at us 17 times today.
Come on, do you still want to date Mia? I don't think she's anything special. And with your new looks, any girl would go out with you.
Any girl? Will you go out with me? I mean, for real?
That question took me by surprise.
See, the problem is your life's always been so perfect that you have no idea what rejection feels like.
I wasn't rejecting you. And just so you know, my life is far from perfect. I'm here in a foreign country, miles away from home, just because my mom blew all our money, and I can't even land a movie role. But the point is, you deserve better than Mia.
Maybe you're right. Okay, now you stop frowning, or you'll get wrinkles on your pretty face.
He gently pinched my cheek, and for some reason, I felt butterflies in my tummy. Weird. A few days later, Mia surprised both me and Will when she came over and invited us to a party at her place. Will was excited to go, so I said yes. Mia had invited the whole class and we were having a blast dancing when suddenly a slow song started playing. Will pulled me close and we swayed to the slow beats. My heart was racing a bit and he smiled down at me with those adorable dimples. And suddenly he kissed me, and not like one of our fake kisses. I felt like the world around me had stopped. When he pulled back, I was breathless and I thought he looked shaken too.
Mia saw us kissing. I'm sure she must be burning with jealousy. Wait, she's coming our way. Be cool, Will.
Oh, so the kiss was for Mia. That shouldn't have hurt, but strangely it did.
Will, I wanted to talk to you for a moment.
He immediately let go of me and followed Mia. I just stood there like an idiot. When Will didn't return for half an hour, I went looking for him and found him in the kitchen washing dishes. Will, what's the matter with you? You left me alone for this?
Actually Mia's maid didn't turn up, so she asked me to help her. And guess what? She said she'd even think about getting back with me.
What? Suddenly, dozens of kids barged into the kitchen, along with Mia's boyfriend, who started recording Will on his phone.
Haha, this is your place, you loser. Can you come to my party next week? I'll pay you $50 to do the dishes.
Everyone started laughing, and just then Mia walked in too.
Stop it, you all! I asked Will to help me. He's just being a good friend.
But Will didn't say anything. He simply took off his apron and left. I decided to leave the party too, but suddenly Mia grabbed my arm.
Remember this. Will might pretend to like you, but I still have him wrapped around my finger. He'll do anything for me, and I can have him back anytime I want.
So you're just going to keep stringing him along? You're a witch, Mia! And guess what? When I was looking for Will earlier, I saw your boyfriend making out with another girl in the bathroom. And I wasn't even lying. Those two jerks deserved each other. When I reached home, I marched straight up to Will's room angrily. How do you feel making a complete fool of yourself?
Well, Mia did side with me.
Oh, stop it! Do you seriously think she wants to get back with you? She's manipulating you. Are you blind?
What's your problem? Don't you want me to get back with Mia so that you can just get your money and leave?
You're pathetic, Will. Know your own worth and have some self-respect, dude.
I don't remember asking you for a lecture on how to live my life.
Fine. Do whatever you want. Date Mia, marry her, whatever. I don't care. I slammed the door hard and stormed off to my room. Idiot! The next day, I didn't even sit with Will at lunch, and I felt even madder when I saw Mia walk up to him.
Will, I broke up with my boyfriend. The jerk was cheating on me, and I was a fool not to realize how amazing you were. Can we get back together? I know you still care.
Well, I'm not too sure about that anymore. I'm done being your backup plan, Mia. Good luck with your life, but I'm not interested anymore.
Mia looked stunned, and Will just walked out. That was amazing. When I reached home that day, I found Will waiting for me in my room with an envelope in his hands.
You kept your part of the deal. Now it's my turn.
I took the envelope, and when I opened it, my eyes almost popped out. It was a check for $20 million. How did you manage to do this?
Let's just say I'm Mom's only weakness, so it wasn't that difficult.
Thank you. I guess now there is no reason for me to stay back any longer. Will looked at me and then spoke.
I guess there isn't. I'll drop you at the airport when you're ready.
Soon I flew back to Italy, and Mom and I started our own perfume business with that money. Thankfully, it took off, and I also started getting acting offers once things settled down. One day, while I was shooting, I noticed a familiar face in the crowd. A face I'd been dying to see again. Will, what are you doing here?
Listen, Isabella, I know I suck at writing songs, but I have to say this.
Oh, please, not a song.
Just listen. No matter what I do, I'm always thinking of you. You're stuck in my head like glue, and I think I'm in love with you.
You're such a doofus, Will, and I love you too.
Hi, my name is Ashlyn, and I'm from Brooklyn. Please like and subscribe. My twin sister Brooke and I were born to a single mother, and we were the prettiest set of twins with gorgeous blonde hair.
Oh dear, I've always wanted a daughter, but each time, God gave me these good-for-nothing devils. How about you give me one of your girls?
Just then, I bit the woman on the hand, and she ran for her life.
Broccoli! How many times have I told you not to be so violent?
And Brooke, Mommy, Ashlyn.
Mom was shocked because usually Brooke was the one with a nasty temper, and I was the well-behaved child, but I just couldn't help it. People always tried to take us away because of our super long hair, which even Mom thought was going to make us super famous one day. But I wasn't very fond of the whole famous thing. I was a studious kid and I loved books. And Brooke was the polar opposite of me. Everyone at school was her friend, and she was head of the drama club with a huge fan following. In the 6th grade, I topped my grades, and Mum took us to a fun fair as a treat. But on our way, she bumped into a friend, and while I checked out the stalls, Brooke went on to buy some ice cream. But minutes later, I heard her scream. I ran to check, and some guy was fighting with her over the last piece of ice cream flavor they both wanted.
I was here first! Let go, you crazy witch!
Hey, leave my sister alone!
Give it to me now, or both of you will go home crying!
Suddenly, Brooke took the ice cream and shoved it into his face, and the guy went bonkers. He took out the biggest ball of gum I'd ever seen and shoved it straight into the back of Brooke's head. OMG! I kicked him in his knee and he fell into the pig pen in the petting zoo. But now Brooke's head looked like a bird's nest, and Mum almost fainted when she saw Brooke. She immediately took her to the hairdresser, but even the hairdresser freaked out when she saw the giant mess.
There is no way we can remove this. We'll have to cut it all. What? No!
But since there was no other option, they gave Brooke a buzz cut, and she looked devastated the entire way home. I tried to cheer her up.
It's just hair, Brooke. It'll grow back in no time.
But she didn't say a word. And when we reached home, she ran up to her room and locked herself in. So I tried different ways to cheer her up. This time,
I baked your favorite cookies. Brooke, open up. I asked Mom to buy tickets for the BTS concert, and she agreed. I'm gonna be a mom, Brooke.
And that's when she finally opened up. God, you're so dramatic.
So are you. Could it be we're related?
Days later, when the school reopened for the new session, I made Brooke wear a wig. But since it was summer, Brooke kept scratching her head like crazy the entire time.
Oh God, please stay away from me. I think she has lice.
How dare you even say that? She does not have lice.
Right then, the boy sitting behind Brooke noticed her wig coming off and he pulled it off.
Oh God, she's a baldy.
Wow, we can finally tell Brooke and Ashlyn apart. The pretty-haired one is Ashlyn, and the bald one is Brooke.
All the kids burst out laughing, and Brooke looked furious. She jumped on the kid who pulled her wig and grabbed his hair until he let out screams. The teacher pulled her away and was about to send her to the principal when I begged her to let it go. And thankfully, Brooke got away with a warning. But the next morning when Brooke came down, Mom and I were shocked.
Did you forget your wig, sweetie?
Everyone knows what I look like now, Mom, and it makes me itch.
Come on, honey. You wouldn't want to go out of the house looking like an egg.
Mom, I think you look cool. Brooke.
Whatever, I don't need your approval.
Huh? What was that about?
At school, I warned all the kids to not mess with my sister, but it seems like Brooke didn't care about it anyway. And then one time I was in the school's hallway when Brooke's drama club members came up to me.
Ashlyn, Brooke left the club, but we really need a pretty girl lead for the play. Can you take the role? Please, please.
They kept begging me to replace Brooke and didn't leave until I said yes. But just then, a boy walked past me and I dropped all my books.
Hey, watch it, dude!
But when he turned around, I was shocked to see it was Brooke.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I didn't see it was you.
Yeah, that's the thing, Ash.
Saying that she just turned around angrily and walked away. And I felt so stupid for not recognizing her. After that day, something changed in Brooke, and she started to talk to me less and less, and Mum only made things worse. Every time we'd go out, she'd made Brooke wear a captain. A few weeks later, when we got home from school, Mom was screaming with joy.
Oh, honey, I have great news. Some weeks back, I had sent Brooke's photos to a company that was looking for a new model. And guess what? They selected her.
For the first time in ages, I saw a huge smile on Brooke's face. And then Mom said,
"But now Ashlyn will have to play the part."
What are you saying, Mom?
Mom told us that the company wanted to use a model for their new hair products. And since Brooke had lost her hair, my natural hip-length blonde hair made me perfect for the part. Just then, Brooke took a vase on the table and smashed it to the ground.
How can you do this to me? Those were my pictures. I was the one who got selected. She cannot take my place.
But what can we do if your hair won't grow back? It's been like that for months now, and God knows if it's ever gonna grow back.
Listening to Mom's words, Brooke ran to her room crying, and I told Mom I was not gonna do it.
Oh, Ash, I wish I'd never have to tell you this, but things are really tough at work for me right now. They might even fire me, and I'm so worried about how I'm gonna take care of my girls.
Seeing Mom so stressed, I had to say yes to the offer. But now Brooke was super mad at me, especially after Mom took her to the doctor and we discovered that her hair growth rate had slowed down drastically. For some reason, that's why her hair was taking so long to grow back. Later that night, when I was sleeping, I felt someone pulling my hair, and when I opened my eyes, I saw it was Brooke trying to cut it off.
OMG, Brooke, are you crazy?
Yeah, I'm crazy. And now I'm going to turn you into me.
Luckily, Mom came in just then and pulled her away. She scolded Brooke real hard, and after that day, Brooke stopped talking to me. The next week, Mom took me to the audition, and when I got the part, we had to fly to Los Angeles for the whole year, but Brooke was not happy about moving at all.
I don't understand why we have to leave everything behind just because of her.
Why can't you be happy for your sister? Brooke, this is a huge deal. And honestly, it's not like you have a lot of friends here. You could use a fresh start, too.
Despite Brooke's protests, we moved to LA. The campaign I did became a huge success in no time, and my ads were everywhere, on buses, on billboards, and on TV. By the time I turned 15, I had a huge portfolio of modeling work, and Mom had become my manager, and she decided to enroll me into a private school.
Honey, you're a celebrity now. Your safety and education has to come first.
I was more than excited to finally have proper schooling after all these years of modeling. And I asked Mum to enroll Brooke with me too. But as soon as we entered our new school, kids came running at me to take autographs and selfies, and they'd follow me everywhere I go, and I just hated it. But there was someone who loved seeing me so miserable. Brooke. Over the years, I tried to include her in everything I did. I would even get designer dresses for her to join me on the red carpet, but she'd just toss them away in the trash.
What is wrong with you, Brooke? I got the dress specially made for you.
I don't need your charity, Ash. Especially when everything you are right now is because of me.
I hated the bitterness Brooke had in her heart for me, and I wished I could just remove that.
Don't you worry about her, sweetheart. You have no time for her jealousy. You just focus on your work.
Time went by, and Brooke grew confident in her own look and joined a local modeling agency. And I decided I was going to leave the world of fame and finally focus on my studies. But the same day, Mum told me that I'd been cast as the lead for a huge movie.
But Mom, I told you I didn't.
Oh, honey, this is the last time, I promise. It's just that I made an agreement, and now if you say no, we'll have to pay a huge sum of money cancelling it.
Okay, but it's the last time.
A few days later, we had the announcement party for the movie, and Mum was taking me shopping for it when a card fell from her bag. It was an invitation card for Brooke's first play at the theatre, where she was playing the lead role.
Mom, we should definitely go to Cheerbrook. This will mean so much to her.
It's the same day as the announcement party of your movie, and that's more important.
But I totally disagreed. I left Mom at the movie party and slipped off to see Brooke's performance, and she was awesome. I didn't find her in the dressing room, but I left flowers for her and left. My movie started shooting soon after, and I was a bit starstruck when I met the male lead actor, Tom. He was a super famous movie star at the age of just 20, and he had a huge fan following. But he was really nice and instantly made me comfortable. And over the course of the shooting, we became really good friends. On my 18th birthday, Tom even surprised me with a cake and congratulated me. But just then, I noticed Brooke outside my dressing room. I stepped out to see her, but she was already gone. And then I didn't see her the entire day. But the next morning, I woke up to the worst nightmare of an actor. My phone was buzzing like crazy and pictures of me hugging Tom. And rumors of our link up were all over the news. But there was no way anyone from the set could have leaked those pictures. And that's when I remembered seeing Brooke on the set the day before. Holy freaks! I couldn't believe she'd stooped so low. Later, when I came out of the house, there were paparazzi everywhere, and I had to disguise myself to go for the shoot. When I reached the set, we were about to start shooting when Tom's girlfriend came on set and threw the newspapers in my face.
You homewrecker! How dare you try to steal my boyfriend, you ugly-faced lizard!
I didn't steal anyone. It's all fake news.
Babe, can you please calm down?
But she didn't calm down and tried to attack me. Just then, Brooke came from behind and dumped a slushie on that witch's head. And security pulled her away for trying to create chaos on the set.
Brooke, what are you doing here after ruining my reputation?
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, stop it. I saw you at the set yesterday. And I know you're the one who sent my pictures with Tom to the media.
Have you completely lost it? I wasn't the one who did it, it was Mom!
What? The freaking Funyuns!
Mom was the one who sent your pictures to the media. I heard her talking on the phone this morning. That's what I just came here to tell you.
But I saw you on the set last night.
'Cause it was our birthday, dummy. You came to see my play even when you had a huge movie party. And it meant a lot to me. So I thought I'd repay the favor by visiting you. But as soon as I reached here, I received an important call and I had to go back.
But that wasn't all. Brooke told me she had doubts that Mum had been up to no good. And when we investigated it, we found out that Mum had been stealing from me and filling her bank accounts. Holy freak. She was a blood-sucking mosquito. The next day, Mum came screaming with joy at us.
I've got the best news, Ash. I signed you up for 3 more movies, and we're gonna be super rich now.
So that's why you sent my pictures to the media.
What? Who told you that? And even if I did, look at the bright stars. Beside all that publicity and dating rumors with the superstar, have got you 3 more movies.
But you sold your own daughter for money.
Shut up, Brooke!
Enough, Mom. We are not kids anymore whom you can manipulate so easily.
Yeah, you broke our trust and stole from your own child. You're the worst lying butt manipulator that I've ever seen in my life.
Oh no, don't say that, Ash. I did everything for you guys.
You're a liar, Mom. You did everything for yourself. And that's why I've canceled all your contracts and removed you from my manager's position.
No, you can't do that!
Guess what? We already did.
Suddenly, Mum completely lost it and tried to attack me. But thankfully, Brooke had called security and the cops and they took her away.
I'm so sorry, Ash. I always thought you were a bad person and always blamed you for everything. But Mom was the real devil and played with us as she wished.
It's all right, Brooke. You have nothing to apologize for. But yeah, I don't think I can continue to shoot this stupid movie. How about you take my place in it?
Really? You mean it?
Of course.